Hi, this is a tutorial on how to do subtraction with regrouping in the tens and ones place using the place value chart. So right now I already have my place value chart set up with the ones place, the tens place, and the hundreds place. And I have my problem right here down below. It's written vertically so that the students are able to solve the problem easier, making sure that the ones are lined up, the tens are lined up, and the hundreds are lined up. So the first thing that you have to do when you're doing a subtraction problem on the place value chart is you take a look to find the bigger number. So we have 242 and 117. The larger number is 242, so that's the number I'm going to draw in my place value chart. So starting with the ones, I'm going to draw 2 units. I'm going to look at the tens place and draw 4 rods. I'm going to look at the hundreds place and I'm going to draw 2 flats. Now I'm looking at the number that the big blue blob is going to eat up, and I notice that in the ones place the big blue blob wants to eat 7 ones, but when I'm looking at the place value chart I notice that there's only 2 that the big blue blob can eat. So the big blue blob is going to jump over to the tens place and attack one of the tens. Okay, so the big blue blob is going to attack the tens. He's going to circle one group of 10 in the tens place, and he's going to bring it over and throw it into the ones place. When he throws it into the ones place, it breaks apart into 10 pieces, because remember, 1 rod is equal to 10 units. So now I'm going to take those 10 and draw them in my ones place. So now I have 2 hundreds, 3 tens, and 12 ones. So I'm going to change that so it looks the same on my place value chart as it would on my Super Smart Second Grader subtraction problem. So now I have 3 tens, I have 12 ones, and now the big blue blob is able to take 7 away from the ones place. So I'm going to come over with my big blue blob and I'm going to cross out 7 of the ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now I'm able to count how many I have left in the ones place. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know the answer from 12 minus 7 is equal to 5. Now I'm going to go and take a look at the tens place, and I know from now I have to take 1 away from the number 3 because this was carried into the ones place. So I'm going to cross out 1 of my rods, and now I'm left with 2. So I know that 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. And the last step in our subtraction problem is going to be looking at the hundreds place. So I look at the hundreds, and I notice I have to take 1 away from the hundreds. So I go up to the place value chart and I cross out 1 of the flats, and now I'm left with 1 flat. So I can see 2 take away 1 is equal to 1. Now, to check my answer, I'm going to put it into my addition problem. I put a square around the answer from this subtraction problem and put a square on top in this addition problem so that I know this answer is going to go up here in my addition problem. And I'm just going to check. So 5 plus 7 I know is equal to 12. So I put my 2 down, and then I take that 1 in the number 12 and I bring it into the tens place. I'm going to take a look at the tens place now, and I notice 1 plus 2 plus 1. I know 2 plus 1 is equal to 3, plus 1 is equal to 4. So far, so good. Now I'm going to look at the hundreds place. I have 1 plus 1, and that equals 2. So I know this is the correct answer for my subtraction problem with regrouping.